Hello everyone, welcome to Coders Place YouTube channel. Today we will see important questions of Hibernate and their answers. So let's get started. Question 1. What is Hibernate? Answer. Hibernate is an open source and lightweight ORM tool that is used to store, manipulate, and retrieve data from the database. Question 2. What is ORM? Answer. ORM is an acronym for Object Relational Mapping. It is a programming strategy to map object with the data stored in the database. It simplifies data creation, data manipulation, and data access. Question 3. What are the core interfaces of Hibernate? Answer. The core interfaces of Hibernate framework are configuration, session, factory, session, query, criteria, transaction. Question 4. Mention some of the advantages of using ORM over JDBC. Answer. ORM has the following advantages over JDBC. Application development is fast. Management of transaction. Generates key automatically. Details of SQL queries are hidden. Question 5. Define criteria in terms of Hibernate. Answer. The objects of criteria are used for the creation and execution of the object-oriented criteria queries. Question 6. List some of the databases supported by Hibernate. Answer. Some of the databases supported by Hibernate are DB2, MySQL, Oracle, Sybase SQL Server, Informix Dynamic Server, HSQL, PostgreSQL, FrontBase. Question 7. List the key components of Hibernate. Answer. Key components of Hibernate are configuration, session, factory, criteria, query, transaction. Question 8. Mention two components of Hibernate configuration object. Answer. Database connection and class mapping setup. Question 9. What does HQL stand for? Answer. Hibernate Query Language. Question 10. How is HQL query created? Answer. The HQL query is created with the help of the following syntax. Session.create query. Question 11. How can we add criteria to a SQL query? Answer. A criterion is added to a SQL query by using the session.create criteria. Question 12. Define persistent classes. Answer. Classes whose objects are stored in a database table are called as persistent classes. Question 13. What is Session Factory? Answer. Session Factory provides the instance of session. It is a factory of session. It holds the data of second-level cache that is not enabled by default. Question 14. Is Session Factory a thread-safe object? Answer. Yes, Session Factory is a thread-safe object. Many threads cannot access it simultaneously. Question 15. What is session? Answer. It maintains a connection between the Hibernate application and database. It provides methods to store, update, delete or fetch data from the database such as persist, update, delete, load, get etc. It is a factory of query, criteria and transaction, i.e. it provides factory methods to return these instances. Question 16. Is session a thread-safe object? Answer. No, session is not a thread-safe object. Many threads can access it simultaneously. In other words, you can share it between threads. Question 17. What are the states of the object in Hibernate? Answer. There are three states of the object, instance, in Hibernate. Transient. The object is in a transient state if it is just created but has no primary key, identifier, and not associated with a session. Persistent. The object is in a persistent state if a session is open, and you just saved the instance in the database or retrieved the instance from the database. Detached. The object is in a detached state if a session is closed. After detached state, the object comes to persistent state if you call lock or update method. Question 18. What is HQL, Hibernate Query Language? Answer. Hibernate Query Language is known as an object-oriented query language. It is like a structured query language. The main advantage of HQL over SQL is you don't need to learn SQL. Database independent. Simple to write a query. Question 19. What are the inheritance mapping strategies? Answer. There are 3 ways of inheritance mapping in Hibernate. Table per hierarchy. Table per concrete class. Table per subclass. Question 20. How many types of association mapping are possible in Hibernate? Answer. There can be 4 types of association mapping in Hibernate. One-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one, many-to-many. Question 21. Is it possible to perform collection mapping with one-to-one and many-to-one? Answer. No, collection mapping can only be performed with one-to-many and many-to-many. Question 22. What is lazy loading in Hibernate? Answer. Lazy loading in Hibernate improves the performance. It loads the child objects on demand. Since Hibernate 3, lazy loading is enabled by default, and you don't need to do lazy equals true. It means not to load the child objects when the parent is loaded. Question 23. How to make an immutable class in Hibernate? Answer. If you mark a class as mutable equals false, the class will be treated as an immutable class. By default, it is mutable equals true. Thanks for watching us. Like, share and subscribe for more.
खत्म।